Hi, it's KCCK's Culture Crawl. I'm Dennis Green, and this is the second in our series of special interviews for Jazz Under the Stars 2025, the 50th anniversary edition. Not of Jazz Under the Stars, hasn't quite gone 50 years, but KCCK, of course, celebrating its 50th birthday this summer, and in celebration, we are doing all-star reunions and special gatherings of musicians. Had a great time last week with Doherty Davis and McPartland, getting them together for the first concert, the first time they have performed together in almost 30 years. Let me introduce John Reisner. John, welcome.
Hello, thank you.
And Ken Duncan.
Hello.
And Bob Manson.
Thank you, Dennis. Thank you.
And between them, they represent about 18 different bands. But today we are talking specifically about Funk Daddies, which Ken leads, and Funk Stop, of which John and Bob are both members. And I should say, John, you pull double duty.
Yes,
too, because you are also a Funk Daddy.
That's right.
We're calling the concert Funk Legends because
But we're still alive.
I know.
Yeah,
Guys.
Because not only are these two bands, two going concerns that perform a lot around the community, but you also have past members, or I say you are members of past bands that many of us who are somewhat long in the tooth will remember. And I think of bands like Kasha and Mean Street and the Hellhorns. Kabbalah. My Kasha's
Same
my
band.
Kabbalah's
Same
different stuff.
people.
Kabbalah, was they before Akasha? Or
Same time, really.
Yeah.
Almost exactly the same time.
Okay, yeah.
And of course, John, now we're taping this prior to the beginning of the concerts, but John, you're performing with Doherty Davis and McPartland. So you were a part of that. I was joking with Tim when I interviewed him that, the band's called Doherty Davis and McPartland, but it really should have been called Doherty Davis, McPartland, Reisner, and Charleston. Not all that often was it a trio. You all were a part of that.
Yeah,
So.
Craig Erickson played with them
Craig Erickson,
on bass.
Yes.
Tim Razor, you remember?
Tim played.
Oh, yeah, and Tim. Especially this week, we remember Tim Razor. We remember Bruce Chatema, who were a huge part of the music scene, and again, part of that,
Incredible funk.
Incredible funk scene.
yeah.
Horn bands.
Love them.
It's a thing here.
It is.
And glad to be saluting those this week. So before we talk about the concert, let's talk just a little more about the past. And John, I'm going to start with you because, as I said, you were part of Mean Street and the Hellhorns, which was
a wonderful band. It's the funkiest band I had been in up to that point. And there'd been Kabbalah. The first funk band I was in was called TCB, Taking Care of Business, and it had 3 horn players.
That was a killer band.
Yeah, and we did a lot of shows. So there was, Ike and Tina Turner show. There was
Golden Age.
Yeah, that's when Tower of Power kind of came in, and it was like, oh, I'm sold. Where are the horns? Let's go. And so Kabbalah came, but Mean Street and the Hellhorns, that was a great band.
That
We
was
had so much fun.
That was when I arrived in Eastern Iowa. Was during that era, so that's the one that I remember the most. But I remember Kabbalah as well. And Kabbalah toured. You toured nationally, did you not? Or pretty close to it?
We toured a lot.
Yeah.
Probably further than we should have, but no. Anderson, Indiana. Remember that? But no, we had a wonderful, wonderful. It was the golden age of bars and clubs, and Maxwell's was the largest nightclub in the Big Ten, and we just were blessed.
Yeah, in those days, and we talked about this a little bit last week with Tim Doherty, too, about, those were the days when, if you had a band, you had a good band, you could play almost every night.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Many times
and there were,
we played 5, 6, Peoria 7 nights.
And there were booking agencies back then.
Oh, yeah.
So it was a little easier.
Yeah, they just tell us where to go.
Bob, you came into this, of course, you're a retired educator in the Cedar Rapids School District and trombone player. And even though you weren't a part of these bands, I just thought it was important to have a horn player. We're talking horn bands. You can't just have a guitarist and a drummer talking about the bands. But
this is equal opportunity time.
Talk to me just a little bit about the effect and the impact and influence that those bands, your Tower of Powers, your Chicagos, had on you as a music fan and a musician.
Well, it's incredible because you follow, the Tower of Power has been around forever, and those guys are really getting up there, and so you follow them forever, but then to be in a group that actually plays and the authentic arrangements of Tower of Power. It's just a gas.
Oh yeah.
And it's such a fun group to play in.
And you all do it very, very well.
We've been doing it for a while, and I'm always amazed, even when we go periods of time where we don't play, and I don't know if you notice this, John, we'll go periods of time where we don't play, and then we get together, and we look at each other and we go, wow, that's pretty tight,
Yeah.
So,
Oh, there's an energy level that we just bring, isn't it?
yeah.
Well, you also have a pretty good arranger.
Oh,
Well, yeah.
phenomenal.
The charts are
I mean,
awesome.
Steve Shanley.
the charts are great.
Beyond belief.
Steve is he's
We gave Steve Shanley this interview off because he's been on the show 9 times this summer.
Of
and
course.
and he's also leading the I-380 Express Band at the
That's
last
right.
Jazz Under the Stars. So I said, Steve, you can
take this one off.
you can have this week off. That'll
But-
be all right.
Thanks for the arrangements,
Yes.
Steve.
Well,
awesome.
And that is key because,
Absolutely.
and that is the difference between, nothing against people who play music of any sort, because everybody who plays music is awesome. But that's the difference between, more a garage band, and musicians of your caliber is,
Definitely.
you not only have somebody like Steve who can listen to those original works and reproduce those arrangements, but we also have musicians who can play those, and that is the main key. Now, Ken, you're a funk band, but you just have one horn, so I don't want to put you in second class by any means, because what Funk Daddies brings to the party is a great party, and
We're dance music. We've dedicated to that, plus all the stuff that we love. We joke around that most of our material we've played since it was new. We know how to play it. We always give it our signature flavor and sound. But we're a horn band. We play horn music, and we're just blessed to have fantastic musicians like John and Denny Kettleson, Dave Shawver, Kenny Fillard. I mean, Billy D was with us for 9.5 years. I mean.
That, I think, is key, taking these great songs that we all know, and we know every note of them, and being able to reproduce those in a way that people recognize, but also putting your own spin on it. And that's what you guys do.
That's what we try to
as good as anybody else. Each song is, that's Stevie Wonder, but it's the Funk Daddies doing Stevie Wonder, and that makes it extra special.
Right. And we like doing it that way.
So, John, you're in both of these bands.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you to compare and contrast just a little bit. Besides what we've kind of talked about, what do they bring to the table that's unique to each ensemble?
The Funk Stop, it's that 5-piece horn section. I mean,
Big sound.
Big sound, and there's nothing more fun for a guitar player to be taking a solo with horns hitting and kicking behind you. That is just awesome. Funk Daddies is a party band, and we get a little more interactive with the crowd, I think, is what we do. But we just want to make sure if anybody wants to dance, you're going to dance. If anybody wants to have a good time, you're going to have a good time.
We like to show off each of the players to an extent where it's a little freer form, structure-wise.
Well, because you have a slightly smaller ensemble,
Yeah.
there's room for everybody to stretch in such a way that it's a little more difficult for the bigger band.
Yeah.
We call it Funk Legends, double headliner. That's something we rarely do, Jazz Under the Stars. David Donald and his trio this week. David is a Liberty High School grad who is in his junior year, I think, at the University of Northern Iowa in their excellent jazz program.
I haven't heard him, but I've heard about him.
Yeah, and he is just great. That's the other thing that's nice, is that even though we're doing all these special events with the 50th and doing 2 headline bands, we're still able to get our students on. But that means we have an early start time. David Donald and his trio would take the stage early at 6 p.m., so we want everybody to come just a little early to Jazz Under the Stars this week. Then Funk Stop hits at about 6:30. They'll play their set, and then Funk Daddies will take the stage then to bring the evening to a conclusion.
Yeah, and we play till midnight. What did
Yeah,
you say?
yep, midnight,
okay.
yep. The neighbors are all on board.
Just kidding, John.
I'm not going to make that. Is that okay?
just going to have a little sleeping bag and cot
It's a good
behind
party.
the bench. nutshell. As you all know, I've been a fan of all of you, come to the gigs and stuff for years and
And we
years
appreciate
and years.
it.
And this is right in the pocket for me, because even though I'm not a player, I was right there with Chicago and Tower of Power when all
that stuff.
when all those bands started. I was like, oh,
Holy, listen.
this is what I've been looking for my whole life.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You knew it the minute. It was like,
And so I
what?
knew that when we were going to do the special 50th Jazz Under the Stars, I knew that just having one band to salute the funk scene in Eastern Iowa was not going to be enough.
No.
So really glad that both bands are able to make it, and looking forward to a great evening Thursday night at Noelridge Park.
Thank you, Dennis.
Thank you for having
Thanks
us.
so much for being here. You can hear the Culture Crawl live on the radio most weekdays at 10:30, on demand at kcck.org/culture, or subscribe using your favorite podcast player. Watch our videos on the KCCK Facebook and YouTube channels. Our producer is Lydia Kilgore. The Culture Crawl theme is composed by Vivian Shanley. I'm Dennis Green, and I'll talk to you later.